swimming pool, and it was just me and him. We had a good old time. Hey, just being
Hey, how are you?
doing okay. Had a pretty good day. Hey, Michelle.
Good, good.
Took my son to, well, he cleaned up his room, and I figured he would do like a teenager does and, not clean it like he should. And I went in there and I was in shock because he did such a good job.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I went back to work today after 2 weeks off, and it felt like today was never ending.
Mm,
So I love when vacation rolls around, but it's hard to get back into the swing of things.
yeah,
And so, other than that, not much. Just usual, typical mom stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I did our meal prep last night I think I did like 5 days of meal prep last night and cleaned up and everything. And then today my son's like, we don't have anything to eat. And I was like, I just did our meal prep. Like it's in there. Just grab it and heat it up.
Yeah.
And he's like,
It's
oh, I forgot.
but
He said he forgot that I had done the meal prep.
uh, very good. Yeah, I did mine. I do my lunches and snacks for my son
Mm,
um, on Sunday. So I did that yesterday while we were in Cooks's live. So got all that done.
yeah. I I usually do ours once. I do it once a week for dinner. Like sometimes I'll do it for dinner. Sometimes I do it for lunch. Especially since my son's out of school for the summer, um, and then he's always wanting something to eat, and it's like,
Hmm.
Mom, heat me up this or heat me up that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because I was gonna wait and do it today, but I ended up doing it last night while I was watching Nelly's Love.
Does this makes life so much easier as a mom just to get it done on a Sunday and
It does. Hey, Steph Town, thank you for the heart me. Y'all can come up.
Hey Steph.
It does. It makes it so much easier, and then you don't have to dirty up your kitchen but once and
Yeah.
clean it.
That's one thing I'm grateful for. I cook and my husband cleans. I can't remember the last time I did dishes.
Oh wow.
So,
Well, see, usually my husband cooks and I clean it because my husband he loves to cook, but since he's working two jobs till I find one, and so I've been cooking and cleaning because I don't feel
yeah,
that he should have to do that working so
no,
hard.
exactly.
And he fussed at me last night and was like, "Are you gonna let me cook?" And I was like, "Well, I figured you've been so tired lately that you know I can do it. I mean, I'm here anyway." And so he fussed at me a little bit and told me to let him cook. So I told him he could cook next weekend.
Very good.
Stefan, I'm loving this little. I think it's a beaver. It
Yeah,
jumps up out of the snow. I figured it was a break from the gingerbread man.
I know. Yeah. So did they ever, because I flicked through a couple of times today, but I have no idea. Like things on TikTok in this world changes so fast. Did they ever find out who owned the account or who owns the account?
So I don't know, but I know that I had talked with somebody and we had talked about going possibly live and talking about it tonight.
Okay.
So I think we're going to do a replay possibly if she's still up for it and everything.
Very good.
And which I think it would be good for people to hear anyway because I listened to it, the whole thing last night. I stayed up after we got off the live because of just the bits and pieces that I had heard. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to listen to the whole thing. And I did. And I don't know. I just heard some things that were, I want to see if other people hear the same thing,
Mm.
just to get their opinion on everything because I don't know.
And see, I'm the type of person that unless I hear it or see it,
Hmm.
it's hard for me to believe it.
Yep. Yep.
And one thing I've learned very quickly, especially in this small, I don't know, group of people here on TikTok, like I've never in my personal life chosen sides. Like if I'm not directly involved, I'll sit and listen. I
Hmm.
may say a couple of words here and there, but I don't take sides because at the end of the day, all of us have a history. All of us screw up. We're not perfect people. Do I agree with what a lot of the things that are going on? Absolutely 100%. But I'm not the type of person to sit here on a panel and call people
Hmm.
out on it unless
Yeah.
I know 100%
Right.
that
Right. And
they
I,
are, it's just, yeah,
yeah. And see, that's why one reason I was like, I really think people need to hear. Somebody had asked Tara. It was a live that was done last night, and which there's about an hour of it we can skip through because it's talking about people's medical stuff, like the people that was on the panel, and I don't really think we need to hear that part. So
no,
there is an hour of it that we don't have to hear. Um, but I think that people need to hear it because I think that I don't know. I just really think that because I don't want to say too much because I don't want to push people to think that they need to think like I do or whatever. I think they need to
exactly.
make their own choices and see what they hear, basically.
Yep. No, I hear you. I hear you. And the thing is that this is such, let me rephrase that. This can be a very toxic, drama filled environment. And
Hmm.
I think that there are certain things that should be off limits, such as a person's like mental health, their medical stuff. Like, I would never bring that on here.
Hmm.
And,
That,
I understand that everybody has a different purpose for being here. And for some, it may very well be their only connection to the outside world. I don't know.
yeah.
But there's some things that should never be discussed here. And
Hmm.
children is number one.
Yeah. No,
Like
I
I,
agree.
I was just scrolling through there and I heard them in another live. I wasn't even in it. I was literally scrolling and they were talking about someone's children and a bunch of other stuff related to that child. And I was like, what the hell? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that, you know?
Oh, you're good. You're good. I've got it on 18 plus
Okay. All right.
and the AI thing because,
Yeah.
you know, just in case.
Yeah. No, I just got no time for that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a child who is not a child, he's a young man and he's dependent 24/7 on me or my husband.
Right.
And I just think there's some things that are off limits.
Yeah. See, I have to get on to my son, my oldest, or not my oldest son, my youngest son, because, he gets on here and if he sees me on live, he would pop in, which at one point that was okay because of the lives that I would go into. He would go in and listen and say hi to me and stuff like that. But he's popped into some of the panels that we've been on recently. Hey, Coco. And I'm like, no, you don't need to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And even with my son, the way he is, like he doesn't understand. Like if he was next to me now, he wouldn't have any understanding of what we're saying. However, for some reason, he has picked up on keywords such as curse words, and he's nonverbal, so he will repeat them. So, like, I wear my AirPods when he's around. You know, I just don't think that this is an environment for young children at all,
Yeah.
especially now with the topics that
Hmm.
have been, TV and, just overall the conversations that are being had. Hey,
Yeah.
Coco, I think that's you. I'm having a hard time reading the comments because it's white on white.
Oh, is it hard to see the comments with this on?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Let me
no worries.
see. Let me change then. I'll change it.
There you go. Where's Moon to? I haven't seen her the last few days.
She so she her some families coming in,
Oh,
and so she's not going to be on. I mean, she might pop in or something, but
nice.
her she's got family coming in to visit her and stuff. I messaged her earlier to check on her and see how she was doing, and made sure that they got in safely and stuff. And so they were going to go to a museum for the kids and stuff. And
Oh, nice.
yeah. Hey,
Oh.
Lala. Anybody that wants to come up, y'all are more than welcome to. I don't.
Yes, don't leave me here, but just in the panel. Everybody, come up.
I'm trying to figure out. Maybe I need to change my boxes. Um,
I'm usually the one that's not saying much in the corner.
there we go. We'll do that. Hey, Trailblazer. Well, I always, because of how it is at the bottom, sometimes it'll pop up, it'll pop up a number if you're not the host, but if you're the host, it'll pop up like their profile picture, like a really small thing of it, but it also does that when you share it out. And
Oh,
so I sometimes get them confused and don't realize that somebody's trying to come up and until somebody says something. Or sometimes it'll pop up and then it'll just, disappear.
well, it's a pretty quiet night on TikTok, which I don't think is a bad thing right now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been so much going on.
I feel bad for Cooks and Susan. I really do.
What's did I miss something? Did something happen?
Just the
Are you
whole,
talking about with the morbid? Oh yes.
yeah, just, yeah, I really do.
She said, "Oh," Nellie said, "Oh no, you spoke the unspoken. They
Oh,
say you
right.
don't ever say."
I said the
Yep.
Q word. Yeah, Moon warned me about that about a month ago.
I know. I was on the panel, and it was when I first started getting on panels. It was probably like the fourth or fifth panel I was ever on, and I was like, "Man, today has been the most I've ever seen on TikTok streets." And I'm telling you, everybody on that panel was like, "Lucky."
I
I
know,
was like,
right?
"Oh my goodness, I'm sorry."
Yeah. No, Susan's just having a really rough time with it, and you know, I don't blame her
Yeah,
because she's the complete opposite of what he accused her of, and it just breaks my heart that they try to have such, I don't know, upbeat lives,
yeah.
and yesterday just 5 hours, I don't know, it was crazy.
It is awful because nobody wants to be labeled that at all. Because, and poor Susan, I know it, like when she first talked about it, what he said, it just broke my heart because you could tell it just hurt her feelings. And then them doing those stinking AI pictures of cooks and
Yeah, like that. It was it was weird because Friday night when we got off live with Cooks,
it was literally seconds later when he put that up,
Mm,
and I was like, "Uh-oh." So I sent her a screenshot of it, and I was like, "You may want to like go have a word with him." But like today, last night on his panel, I guess it was on YouTube. I don't know. I didn't see it, but Susan or Cooks replayed it today.
mhm.
He read out the email that Susan sent him.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, really, dude? Like, come on. You know, like, this is, you're targeting the wrong people here.
Right. Hey, Cowboy Bear. Thank
Hey,
you for the
Cowboy
heart
Bear,
out.
how are you?
So he read the email that, thank you, Cowboy Bear. He read out the email that Susan sent him.
Yep,
Oh, good grief.
yep. Uh, one of the, what is it, Chip First? That page that does all
Oh,
the,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
replays.
that one. It's on that. That's it. I saw it there a couple of hours ago. I was like, whatever, dude. Like, just he just needs to go away.
Yeah. And he keeps saying that like this is his community, all these things, and how we were okay with him when he was anti, and I'm like, I didn't like him when he was anti or now. Like the very first time I ever heard him, the way he talked, I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. And so I never watched him. Thank you. I just
It's
I couldn't handle how he talked because it just I don't know, just talking to anybody, women, anybody like that is just so disrespectful. And it's like, how can you sit here and speak to people like this? And these people have having hundreds of people in there just speaking to them like that or about people. It's just gross.
well, Cook's nailed it. He's a misogynistic little man,
Yeah.
and that's the most political way I can describe him. I mean, to sit there for 3, 4, 5 hours, however long, and talk about nothing but women, it's just sad that that's
Hmm.
what this world has come to.
Yes, Chloe. Hey, Sister Lindsay, how are you doing today?
Hey, Sister Lindsay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen any of their videos or not, but they put out some really, really awful videos. And then they were in the chat in a couple of lives yesterday. And then they actually went up on panel on one of the lives. They went up on a panel. They didn't say anything, but I don't know. It was weird. And then the whole conversation on that live was just weird.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, that's the one I think that we're gonna play. I don't know if we'll do it here or if Millie wants to do a panel, or I'm not sure exactly yet. But I just went live just because nobody was on, and I was like, just go on there and see if anybody wants to come in and say hey and go from there.
Oh, nice, Chloe. Hopefully you're somewhere warm and not overly warm like you guys have been having down there, but hopefully you're somewhere warm and with a sandy beach.
Yeah, it's been like 100 degrees here. It's been awful. So Chloe, their page isn't up right now, or at least it wasn't when I checked earlier. They deactivated it. Now it may be by now, but when I checked it earlier, it wasn't.
Now, I saw earlier that they deactivated it, but put it back up. But when I went to look, I couldn't find it.
Mm.
So, I don't know.
I think they probably took it down after all of the talk last night. Stop
Yeah.
barking at everybody. Because that's what just about every panel was talking about last night was that.
Yeah.
You're ready for fall hoodies and football. Yeah, I love hoodie time.
So do I.
I was cleaning my closet out, just trying to go through some stuff to get rid of it and possibly have a yard sale if I'm trying to talk my in-laws into it because they've got a ginormous front yard and we did a yard sale there one time, but we did it with kind of like it was a family slash neighborhood yard sale.
Okay.
And so all of our family did it in their front yard and we all had our own tables and area and stuff. And I was like, we need to do this so that I can get rid of a bunch of stuff. My uncle called me the other day because I've been looking for a kitchen table, but kitchen tables are just outrageous
I
for a
know.
decent one. Well, this church is closing down because the preacher is retiring. And so he called me and he was like, hey, this church has got a kitchen table and it's a 6-person table, but it can like, it's got one of those leaps in the center of it that you can make it smaller, which would be perfect, for everyday use. And then when we needed to, I mean, it
Yeah.
would look good either way. But I was like, well, how much is it? And he was like, no, they want to give it to you because I told them you've been looking and stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness. So we're going to get that at the end of August, I think is when. So we won't have to use, we bought at the Dollar General, they had those, they're kind of like it looks like a buffet table where it's the plastic on the top
Yep.
and they fold up so it folds up, it folds in half, but it's I think it can hold like 4 chairs or whatever. It's a pretty good size and that's what we've been using because I didn't want to go in debt buying a table and I didn't want to just buy something cheap and then have to replace it in a year. And so I've just been kept looking and then they my uncle called me and was like, you can have this one for free. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
My dining room table, it has four chairs and then it has a bench on the other side. And
Well,
so we've been using the bench in our living room. However, it's I bought it I think 2021. Yeah,
oh, thank you,
2021.
lad.
So it's like 5 years old, but I'm 5'2", and I stood on the chair to get something out of the top of the pantry about a month ago, and one of the legs completely cracked off.
Oh my goodness.
And I think it was just loose. My husband didn't notice it or something. Anyway, but in order to replace one chair, I have to buy four. So I was like, no, I ain't doing that. So I moved the bench back over and I was like, that's it. That's going to have to do for now because I was looking and they're like, for a decent solid set, it's like $1,000. It's crazy.
Yeah. The only thing with this table is like it's a mahogany color, like it's a mahogany wood
Yep.
color. And then the chairs are wood, and then the seat is um, covered with cloth.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go somewhere and buy some fabric
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna redo the chairs because they're kind of, it's like the table's in great condition, but the cushion on the chair
Yeah.
is kind of like do you remember like back in the early 90s when they had that pink and that blue, but it wasn't like pink or it was
I know
like
what you're
that
talking about. Yeah.
blush pink and blush
Yeah.
blue or whatever?
Dusty Rose, we used to call it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I can buy fabric pretty, at a decent price and get something that'll, look nice because it's not that hard to do. I've done it before. So, but I thought it was funny that it was those colors because I can remember when my aunt would buy shirts and stuff and those matching sets where you got the pants and the shirt to
Yes.
match it.
Yeah.
or the sweater and stuff.
Back in the
I think.
early 90s.
Yep.
It was all the rage. I'll
Um.
never forget my mother, and this was so my mother passed in 94. I think it was around like early, yeah, it would have been early 90s uh, when mom and dad bought their house, their second home. She did their bedroom hunter green and dusty rose. It was all the rage hair then. And I think back on it now and I'm like, oh my God, like seriously?
mm, what is it? Do you remember? I don't know if y'all did it there, but where you would get your hair and you would like you would braid it really really thin, and then you would get like not yarn but like thread, but it would be
Yep.
like a thicker thread, and then you would tie it to your hair in that little. It was like you
Mm-hmm.
would loop it and then twist
Yep.
it and then loop and twist. So we would do that to our hair, but we would do it to like match what outfits and stuff that we had.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. I know, right? Hunter green and burgundy. Like, what was their parents thinking?
Do you know that my first wedding, our wedding colors were hunter green and burgundy?
Sorry.
It was, but we did like the dresses was the burgundy color, and then we did like a burgundy colored flowers.
Okay.
And then on our cake, it was a white cake, and it was the burgundy flowers, and then of course the hunter green like leaves on the flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
And and then when I got married to my husband that I'm married to now, I tried to get us to go to the courthouse and do that. Well, he didn't want to do that. And so I was like, well, look, do you want to plan the wedding? And he was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I let my husband plan our whole wedding. He picked everything except for my dress. And well, I picked out the flowers, but he picked out like the colors and music and um, the show, the little picture show thing that projected up on the screen and everything, the
Yeah.
slideshow. And his cake, he at the time was a volunteer firefighter, and so he got a firefighter cake, and then our wedding cake, my aunt made it for us, and it was kind of like fall colors. It was like that burnt orange color.
I love that. I
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I My son's father, we got married in 2000, and we had, the typical, 100 people, but it was an outdoor wedding. His
Hmm.
parents owned it, big piece of land, so, and his mother took care of all the catering.
And here, like churches are really, really involved. Like, so they did all the catering and all of that kind of stuff through the church. But my current husband, who I'm 51, he'll be 64 next month.
Hmm.
So there's almost 13 years in the difference of our age. He had never been married before, but we got married in 2021 during COVID. So
Oh wow! So was you able to have quite a few people there, or did you have to make it small?
no, we were only allowed 20 people, and that included myself and him and the Justice of Peace. Yeah, so it was what we both wanted. It just so happened COVID just forced it. That's all.
Oh
So yeah,
wow!
yeah.
So you didn't
So
have to feel guilty about not inviting somebody. You had a reason to say that.
exactly. Yeah. And it was just, 20 people and it was over by 10 o'clock and it was great. I was like, I'm doing
Oh,
this for the second time. And he kept saying, no, I'm too old for this. Let's just say I do and get it done and over with. So yeah.
oh.
But, yeah. Mm.
The biggest thing when COVID happened for us and the job that I did at the time, um, we had to have the work. Um, paper thing, like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't enforce it, but we gave it to everybody just in case. Well, one of the employees got that chalk stuff, and we had this like I don't. It was some number. Like I guess it was for that piece of paper or whatever. And oh, thank you for the roses. And so he got that chalk stuff and wrote it on the back window so that if he got pulled over, they knew why he was out. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's an awesome idea. So we all ended up getting that stuff and writing it on the back of our car. So if we got pulled over, they would know why we were out and never
Okay.
got pulled over.
Yeah, see here, like when everything shut down, I guess like I'm an essential worker. My husband, well, he's retired now, but he was working then, and both essential workers. So we actually had issued by the police department,
Hmm.
and but there was no numbers on it. It just said where we worked to, our positions, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and oh, thank you, Susie, for the popsicle. But yeah, it was a I don't know, it was a different time back then.
Oh
It
my
was
goodness, Yankee. Sorry, I saw Yankee's comment about her having to go through all that.
I'm just reading it now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Yankee.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's yeah, something that got to be done, unfortunately.
Be praying for you, Yankee.
Mhm.
You'll get through this. Mm.
Yeah, times have certainly changed in the last 10 years, that's for sure. 5, 10 years.
Mm. Yeah, you got to do it for yourself and for your kids.
Susie, I said the same thing, and Lucky reminded me that we're not supposed to say the Q word.
Yeah, when we say the keyword, something bad happens normally. Either it's a big fight or somebody comes out with a bunch of stuff or something always happens. Hopefully it doesn't.
Cowboy Bear, she's hanging in there. We were live today for I don't know, maybe an hour. I don't know how long they were on. I was in there for about an hour after work, I guess. With the time zone difference, it works out well. But yeah, she seems to be hanging in there. You know, she's hurt, she's angry, but she's hanging in there. I think what they're going to try to do now is basically get away from talking about Gypsy and just start having conversations about other cases that are going on. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's probably the best because they're, he's just going to keep
yeah,
on and on and on with it. And, you know, Cooks had one up there on Morbid's panel on YT last night. And um, I think she did it for Susan because, you know, she told him to, you know, leave Susan alone and everything. And that
yeah,
she didn't go up there and fight with them and argue with them. And I think that was the best decision that she made because if she would have went up there and fought with them, then it would have started a whole new something today. And
yeah.
maybe he'll stop and leave her alone. I hope.
I hope so too. Cowboy Bear, just pop her a DM. She'll respond. Exactly, Susie. She doesn't bother anybody.
No, she doesn't.
Neither one of them do, and neither one of them deserve this.
Yeah, Susan's got an amazing heart. She really does.
Yeah, she would love that. She loves hearing from people that care about her and just genuine people.
What you cooking, Nellie? Hey, Paula. No, neither one of them deserve it, Chloe.
Mm.
Not at all. Well, nobody does. He goes so
Yeah.
ugly. Like he hits below the belt, and then the lies. Like he lies so much about things, and it's just awful.
He had Ken call in last night too. It was
Oh,
I
oh
don't know.
wow.
Yeah, Ken called in and I don't know, Ken was taken I don't know, to take Parker to doggy boarding school or something. And
Uh,
Ken was whining about how he bet $500 and lost on the World Cup and I don't know. It was
oh,
yeah. And then they had to get their little digs in about Audrey, who got her account back, thank God.
yeah, I saw that this morning.
Yeah. So hopefully Ashley gets hers back now.
Yeah, I hope she does, which she should because Ashley baby doesn't post anything bad, or well,
No.
Audrey doesn't either.
Cowboy Bear? I have no idea why Gypsy don't watch Parker. I have my suspicions, but
Probably don't like her after the whole blanket and whatever else has been going
yeah, he's
on.
probably terrified of her. What, you're gonna leave me here with her and a pair of a knife or a pair of scissors, whatever it was, and a blanket? I'm out of
Mm.
here.
If dogs could talk.
You're right. Can you imagine the stories Parker could tell?
Parker needs his own TikTok.
Oh my God, I should change my name on here.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. No, I'll keep those comments to myself.
Yeah, you don't want them coming after you for your opinion
Exactly.
because people can't have an opinion here anymore.
But I'm sure everybody knows what I'm thinking.
hmm Parker needs his own lifetime show. Hey,
He does.
there. It's not Parker, but there's a dog that had its own little series, and it's where this like billionaire, millionaire, somebody left all of their money to this dog, and like it lived in a life of luxury. Like it stayed in these really fancy hotels, private jets, like what a human would, and it had like I want to say three or four caretakers that was with him, and like ate the best of the best, and it was crazy. I can't remember. It was either on the HULU or the M, the other one.
Okay.
But and it's like billionaire million. It's either billionaire or millionaire. And then it's got the dog's name, and I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look on my watch history.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out tomorrow.
He leaves his dog, but leaves his child. Oh,
I got a theory about that one too. I don't think she's alone with their child, with the baby. I personally don't believe that she's allowed to be alone with the baby.
thank you for the roses. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Again, just my thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. I don't know. I just the whole situation just dumbfounds me. I guess with so much, I've learned over the last year because I watched all the stuff before she come out of prison and everything, and then when she got out and stuff like that. And I followed it for a long time on the Book of Face. And then when I had come over to TikTok, I came to TikTok when it was still just the singing and the lip singing and the
Mm-hmm.
dancing and stuff like that. And actually had a different account then. And then, because I used to go live quite a bit, but it was with certain people, like we did, like gifting and things like that, but it wasn't to the person, it wasn't to the host. It was kind of like where you would gift to the people that was in the chat. And because this guy, he he was rich and he gifted, and I was his mod. And then my account got banned because my son, I had left my phone on live and I had stepped away for a second, and I forgot that if he was on there and I wasn't on there at the same time, it would knock us off and stuff. But I only went live with there was four of us all together, so I only went live with those three. And when I lost my account, I had to start it all over with this one. And when I started it with this one, it went more into the Gypsy Rose stuff and things like that. And like everybody, well, like most people, I felt bad for until I started, reading stuff and things like that. And I was very neutral for a long time until one day somebody said, "Well, you can't. You're either pro or you're anti. You can't be in between."
Well, yeah, and my thoughts on that were, I remember when the documentaries, the act came out and all of that, I was like, oh my God, like, what is she doing in prison?
Yeah,
You know? And I'll admit, what is it they say here? A flip flopper? When the FOIAs came out, I was like, okay. I
yeah,
was just like brainwashed into thinking. And then the more I dug and the more I read, and, thankfully through Audrey and, other people here, Ashley Baby and all of that, I was like, what was I thinking?
yeah, yeah,
And it's just so hard to believe that this is where we're at today with this. And, you know, I was thinking earlier today in Cooks's live that, we're how many years into this now?
yeah,
And we're still having the same conversations, making the
yeah,
same comments, and nothing's changed.
yeah.
So,
Well,
she's her TikTok is down for a while. Her Instagram apparently is gone. I don't have Instagram, so I don't know. But,
I don't have it. Well, I have
I
it, but I just don't. I don't know how to work it, so I don't ever get on there.
yeah, I don't even have it downloaded. But it's we all know her cycle. So, she'll probably be back again. I think she went completely silent so that she could try to get sponsors for her non existent podcast.
Yeah, I just, that whole podcast thing, when she would announce it, and, I went and watched some other podcasts and things like that, just a bunch of different ones. I picked just a whole bunch of different ones and watched it.
Hmm.
And I was like, when she did her little test or whatever she called it, and she sat there, and I'm like, you're sitting here talking by yourself, like nobody's there.
Hmm.
And you're sitting there having this whole conversation with yourself, but it's supposed to be for what, victims and stuff of
Exactly.
abuse and things. Well, how are you going to sit here and have a podcast about it with, you know, YT, and you've not done anything outside of you just saying that you're going to do this podcast? Like, yes, she was on the Kardashians and said something about, doing this and that. But since then till now, I've not seen her advocate for anything, like that.
I've never seen her advocate. And, first when she came out, she was all, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And she hasn't followed through on it. And I remember when I saw her at the university, it was right when, well, Ryan was with her on the trip. So, and she sat on the panel at the university. She was talking about being a prison advocate and all of this kind of stuff. Like, I go into our federal prisons for women here as part of my job. And, I know what an advocate looks like, and she's not it.
No. And I don't know that people will take her seriously. Like I think, I had went on a panel and had they were, doing the content and talking about it and stuff like that. And I was like, I got a question. And there's like, okay. And there was quite a few people in there. And I was like, my question is if she would have gotten out of prison and advocated and done all these things, do you think that it would have made you feel differently even with the FOIAs coming out? Like, would it, okay, yes, she did this, but she's, standing for something, she's doing something. Do you feel that it would have changed your mind, you know, and not all, but a majority of them said yes. And I think that that's what a lot of people was looking for, was for
Well,
her to stand for it, for something.
exactly. And that's, when, I mean, people can change. People usually use their life experiences for the greater good. And she, if it had she have come out and got connected with a nonprofit that did that type of work, and again started, working in community as a volunteer, even, or doing something, even with, like, before the FOIAs came out, I think the perception that people have of her, would it be different? Yes. To what degree? I can't speak of that because I'm not them. But I
Right.
think people wouldn't have this major hate for her if
Yeah.
they saw something genuine from her.
hmm And I'll tell you, when she did that, listen and we don't judge, and she said, she went to prison
Mhm.
for her mom, like that to me, like
That was a
was
tell-all. That
it,
told
it
it all right
was
there.
it
Yeah.
was it was so disgusting and so upsetting. And I try to put, no, no, I would never, murder. Well, my mom, she's passed, but if she was alive, I would never do that to her. But then I was like, okay, if something traumatic happened to me, and or whatever the situation is, and I did do that, you know, could I get on there and basically joke about, my mom? Like, no, like it was a smack in the face. It felt like to me.
It was, and there's so many women out there that, for whatever reason, they've been put in a position, whether it be domestic violence or whatever, it doesn't matter, to be put in a position that they felt that the only way to defend themselves or get out of a situation was through violence. But yet
Yeah,
they always found a way out.
yeah.
And it's, yeah, I don't know. The whole, it's just so sad how it's all played out.
Well, you look at the, is it Turpin children?
Yep, yep,
They went through
mhm,
so much.
yeah,
I mean, they couldn't even speak correctly, didn't know
hmm,
basically what street she lived on, or, you
yeah,
know, she didn't know basic things that somebody her age should know. And instead of doing that, she escaped and got
yeah,
help for her and her siblings. Like she didn't go to that extent of getting out.
yeah. No, it's, and there's I mean, my biggest fear, and I've heard others say it, is there's so many young people that look up to Gypsy, and that's the part that scares me.
Yep.
There was a case out in British Columbia late last year. Yeah, late last fall, I think it was, like fall, winterish kind of thing. And a young boy unalived his mother. And it was almost verbatim what, he thought he could do it and get away with it. And it stated in his court documents that he had followed Gypsy's case. So, you know, that's where he got the idea at. And unfortunately for him, he's now being tried as an adult with first degree murder.
Yeah.
So,
We had a boy that he went to my one of my relatives' church, and his mother was in the military, and it was just her and him, and he would come and spend like the weekend with my husband's brother because they were about the same age at the time. And they'd go play basketball, they'd go to church, do their programming, whatever it was. And a few years ago, we got a call and they had said that he had murdered his mom. And he, I guess, was going through some things and stuff like that at home. And it was heartbreaking that, he did that to his mother and everything. And so many people took a step back because the reason he had done it was because they had gotten into an argument over money. It was just awful. It was awful.
yeah.
And, people are like, well, how come you turned your back? And it's like, you can't sit there and support somebody that would do something like that. He got upset with his mom because she wouldn't give him money for, I don't even remember what it was for.
Where's that to? Sunnyfield? I think I heard somebody mention that name yesterday. I'm in Eastern Canada and we are so far behind on I have to depend on TikTok to find out what's going on in the US.
Sarah Grace Patrick trial. I don't remember that one. What is that one about?
I don't know. Someone yesterday in Cooks' live mentioned it. Oh, Morbid's live. He can stay live.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a bunch of garbage just gonna come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Trial in August. She's in Georgia. Oh, I don't remember if I know that one or not.
I want to learn more about the Schneiders.
Is that the one with the 16 children?
Yeah. I got to go do some reading up on that over the next few days. I mean, I got the gist of it, but
Yeah. And it's crazy that I was scrolling. I think it was either yesterday or the day before, and they were showing the video of where the mother was sitting in her jail outfit. She was sitting in a chair just in the middle of, like, it looked like a cafeteria. Um, and they were talking about she looks defeated. She looks just out of it. And they were basically, it was, I guess, a group that supported her, saying that she was abused and stuff like that. And I'm like, whether you're, is now that's the mother, right?
Yeah. You talking about Elizabeth or the grandmother?
She looked like she was about, I can't remember the name. She looked like she might have been 40, 50, maybe. Not she didn't look old, but like she
Okay,
didn't.
that's Elizabeth, the mother. They're
No,
saying
she's.
that, yeah, they're saying that she was schmused. I think I
Mm,
just said that wrong, but you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
But now is she getting charged with the same thing that the rest of them are?
To my understanding, I could be wrong, and I only saw this over the weekend on here. There was a video, and they showed her set. I guess it was like in booking when she first arrived to the jail, and they had her sat
Yeah.
there, and they had one of her documents, or her intake documents up, and it said that she was being charged with 16 counts of whatever, like assault or whatever it is.
Mm,
And then like the questionnaire goes on to ask like, um, are you under the influence of any, rugs or anything like that? And one of the questions was, are you pregnant? And they had yes circled at first, and then it was scribbled out, and then it said no.
oh wow, that would be awful to be in there and be
Lucky, can you
pregnant.
imagine being pregnant that long of your 35, 40 years of your life?
No,
I
no,
mean, I got just one, and no, I can't.
no. I have three kids, and I could not be imagine being no. Mm-mm.
We're just chilling, Yankee. Just chilling and hanging.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Hopefully not tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's going for 11:30 here, so I won't be on much, another 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, it's just, I don't know that case. And then I saw the a video of the inside of the house. People broke into the house and took a
Oh my goodness.
video of it.
Is that the one where it looked like a hoarder's?
No, that's the Schneider house. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like the whole house is like destroyed. Like I can't imagine there was cockroaches and rodents and animal and human feces around, and it was I can't
Mm,
imagine having like
I
20
couldn't.
people living in that house under those conditions. And none of the neighbors knew. Like, come on. That's the part that gets me. Nobody knew.
Yeah, because if there was bugs and other animals, rodents or whatever, you would think that they would know because they would be traveling around into their home.
Exactly. Exactly. We uh we just moved to where we're living at now back in March. We bought a new home in March, and where we moved to, we had a walking trail and a river behind us. And oh my God, during the summer, it was like you go out in the garden in the nighttime for a fire and you could hear them. And underneath our garage, they had tunneled through like under the foundation.
Oh my goodness.
And several times in 8 years, my husband had to go fill it and everything. So, all the neighbors knew because they had the same problem. So, yeah, I mean, these rodents had to be around other people's properties.
Mm. I couldn't imagine living in that. I couldn't imagine living in that with children.
It was, if you, I, I don't take notice like when I'm scrolling and I watch a video, I have a bad habit. I don't take notice of who posted it. Um, but like, I'm sure if you Googled it, it's online or on Reddit somewhere. It's the most vile, disgusting thing I've seen.
Mm. That's awful. I just can't imagine.
And 20 people, like, you couldn't even see the counters. I don't even think, I could be wrong. I don't remember seeing a stove in it, in
Mm.
the kitchen. I could be wrong, but it was bad.
Oh my goodness. That's Awful. I hope that those adults get charged and are away from those kids for the rest of their lives. Honestly,
Well,
just if they're going to do it once, they're going to do it again.
yeah, as I think they've already said that the kids will never, ever, ever go back to them. And I don't foresee anybody getting out of this except for the grandfather, and that's just because of his failing health and his age.
Mm. Is he? Did he know what was going on? Like mentally, did he know what was going on,
I don't
or was
know.
he? Mm,
I don't know enough to say yes or no, but just from the little
mm,
bits that I've seen like in the media and just, on here, I feel like, again, I could be wrong, but I feel like just his mannerism and whatnot, it almost reminds me of someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, that kind of thing. So I almost feel like he may be a victim here as well of just pure neglect, just by looking
yeah.
at him.
Mm, that's just awful. I don't. You know, these people that have children or take care of elderly people that don't want to do it and that mistreat these people, these children and adults. It's like, if you don't want to take care of them or you can't financially take care of them, give them to somebody that can. There's so many people out there that, would
Yep.
love to have kids and they can't for, different reasons. And it's like, find a family or a couple of families and just give those children a chance and don't put them through this torture in life of, being mistreated or, it,
Yep. No, I hear you. And my husband said something there the other day about it, and it's sort of made me chuckle because it's not something I'd expect a 63-year-old man to know. But like here, they when young women are giving birth repeatedly so close together, when you go in, I think it's after 5 or 6, when you when they give birth, they send in social workers and whatnot, and the social workers go into the home.
oh well. So,
And
they need
so,
to do, they need to do something like that here. Just,
and yeah,
mm,
and one of the reasons that they do it here is, and I don't know about your support, like financial support in the US or anywhere, but like here, every month that it's called child tax credit, so you get this federal benefit per child. And if the child is under the age of 6, it's like $500-600 per child under the age of 6. And then when the child turns 6, it drops down to like maybe 450, and it's based on income. So, of course, if you're working full time and you make over $100,000 a year, your benefits are less. But under that, so, I mean, if she was on any kind of government assistance, she was probably getting a good dollar for those 16 children.
well, in the United States, the only thing that they have is like food stamps. It's based upon income. So, like each month, depending on how much you make, you get like, well, I don't know if it's like that in every state, but the state that I live in, you get $200 per person, whether it's an adult or a child. But if you have a job, or let's just say one person has a job, let's say the 16 kids and then the adults, so there's 20 people. So if one person had a job, they would deduct some because of the job, which with that many people, they probably wouldn't deduct because there's so many. But then they have where if you're low income, there are certain homes or apartments that you can live in, and it's called Section 8, what they call the chat. and you only pay a percentage of it. So some people get it fully paid, but some people don't. But it's like for like people that make probably like under $40,000, maybe. I don't know the exact, but they don't get like the only way they get like actual money is like some single moms if or dads, if it's just like a single parent and the other parent's not around, but they don't get much like at all. It might be a few $100s a month, but they don't like our child tax credit that we have is you get it at the end of the year on your taxes if you make under a certain amount. So like if
Oh
it's a
wow.
family, yeah. So if it's like a family of four, let's say, and the two combined incomes are under it's like under 60 or $70,000, you get so much per child in but still it's not that much. It's just like it's like under $1,000 per kid, I think.
I have clients who have like say 3 children and they're getting like $2,000 a month. Plus they
Oh my
live in
god.
low income housing, which means that they are getting their rent paid
Mm-hmm.
in full for them.
Mm.
And also here they like their power bill gets subsidized. So they
Oh
only have
wow.
to pay 25% of their power bill.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Like,
they don't have like you can get a utility. It's a utility voucher or check or whatever, but they don't give you like a whole bunch of it. Like you might get like $100 or $200 or something like that, but you don't get much at all.
oh wow.
Hmm.
No, it's insane here. So yeah, because we were talking about that the other week and I was like my husband was like, so you mean to tell me like 16 children, you know, X number of children are under the age of 6? And I was like, yeah, but again, I didn't know how it worked down there. So
Yeah, they don't. They don't. I mean, they do have some stuff, like the food stamps and then some housing, but there's like a waiting list that you get on. Like it's like there's more people that need it than
yeah,
homes that provide
we
it.
we have the same thing here. Our wait list here in the province I'm in um, is like I think there's 3,500 people and families on the wait list for housing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, so they've got like in the area I'm at, they have like a lower, like it's based upon income, but it's like a lower income. But then they have places where um, there you have to make a certain amount of money to be able to live there,
yeah,
and that's kind of what they consider the middle class
okay,
here. And then there's not a whole lot, but there's some where it's more of a higher class, and you have to make over X amount of money per adult, and it has to add up to, I don't know exactly. It's like 150 to 200,000, but the rent there is like $2,500.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't know, Lucky. It's I don't know this the way that they do things. That is
Hmm.
insane. I mean, that's
Yeah,
and
and then
I always think obviously there's always reasons why people can't get a mortgage, but if you're in that say tax bracket and you're making 150,000, like
mhm,
that's not something that you should need. I understand that there's exceptions to every rule kind of thing, but
mhm.
that's I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's different. It's just like three different ones in the area, and but then there's those people that are like right in between it. They make too much to live in the low income, and then they
Mm-hmm.
don't make enough for the middle class income. And so then they have to go through like private landlords that like
Yep.
rent out their own homes and stuff
Yep.
like that. And when you get into that, it's awful because they're usually slum landlords. Like they
Yep.
don't fix anything, or the house is
Mm-hmm.
falling apart and you're still paying, you know, a bunch of money to live there and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And,
Oh, we've got hundreds of them here like it. Hundreds of them. And my parents had multiple rental properties for several years before they passed. And we did it for 2 years at our old house. We rented our basement apartment, and we had a senior lady down there, and we did everything for her. But it's so hard here with mortgage rates being so high, the cost of insurance here to have a rental property, even your basement apartment, and you live upstairs, insurance is insane. And you've got no choice but to charge a huge amount of money for a small little space. And I can't do it. I
yeah.
can't, to me, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, where I was at, which I'm sure it's like this everywhere now, but like before COVID happened, like it wasn't that bad. Like you
Oh,
could
no.
get you a nice two
Yeah.
bedroom, two bathroom place for about 1,000.
Yeah.
And then now for a decent, and I say decent, which where, everything works and you don't have to worry about bugs or anything like that. Now you're going to pay anywhere from 1,600, well, about $1,500 to probably 1,800
Mm-hmm.
to find something. And that's just a two bedroom. And then when you get into the three bedrooms, like something nice, it's going to be two to $2,500.
Yep, it's same way here. When in 2010, when I separated from my son's father, my father at the time had no empty spaces, so I ended up going with a private landlord, and I was paying $850 for a 3 bedroom house, and
Oh,
that
wow.
same house now is being rented for almost $3,000.
Oh, my goodness.
So big, big difference.
Hmm.
And there's so many programs here in Canada now for landlords and so many incentives that they've, opened up because of COVID. Landlords are, renting out uh, bedrooms
Oh,
and
my
getting
goodness.
like $1,500 for a bedroom in
Oh,
a
my
3 bedroom
goodness.
house. So they're getting like 4,500 for the house, and the individuals living there, they don't know each other, and they're sharing bathrooms and they're sharing kitchens. I wouldn't be able to do it, me personally.
I don't know. People are too crazy to do something like that.
Exactly. But the landlords here are just gouging people and taking pure advantage.
Yeah, yeah, that's awful. I could not imagine. I couldn't imagine having to share something like that with other people and not knowing who they are. And
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Here they call them bed sitters.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
See, my grandmother back years ago, she used to, because my grandmother was blonde, and when my grandfather passed away, she got, from where he passed and stuff, and then he had retired, and so she got money each month, but she had never worked herself, and she was always, a stay at home mom and grandmother and everything, and she used to rent out rooms out of her house just to make, so she could buy
Yeah.
food and stuff like that. And I can remember I lived with my grandmother. And I could remember her having these people just come and she would charge them weekly.
Yep.
They could stay weekly. And, but she did it to where they had their bedroom, they had a bathroom. If they wanted to eat with her or us, they would pay like $5 for a meal or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, and then they had their own little mini refrigerator in their room, but they weren't allowed to use the kitchen because my grandmother was like really OCD and liked to clean kitchen.
Hmm.
And she did that for years. And looking back, I was like, oh my goodness, my grandmother was so brave, which again, it was also a different time and things
Exactly.
like that. And some of the people, like even now, of course they're a lot older now, but there's a couple that used to live, like a couple of different people that had lived with us that throughout the years we've stayed in touch, and they came to my grandmother's funeral and stuff like that. And they were like, your grandmother was one tough bird. She didn't take no crap. And I look back and I'm just like, man, I don't see how she did it, because letting complete strangers come and stay, but she did.
Yeah, no, completely different time. You know, because of the vulnerable population that I work with, I've been in some of these homes, and I work closely with a lot of private landlords who I, you know, they know that if I go in and things aren't up to snuff, I'm going to have something to say. And most of them are funded by the government.
Yeah.
These, they get so when I say that, they're renting out these rooms for 1,500, I should preface that a lot of these individuals are people with, mental health, addictions issues, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So the provincial government basically pays the rent, and the more complex you are, the more money the landlord gets.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, but I just can't imagine, like, maybe 50, 60 years ago it would have worked, but I would never entertain the idea of doing anything like that now.
No. Mm-mm. You
He's
couldn't.
sleeping pretty.
You almost couldn't these days.
No.
It's not safe to do anything like that.
And we've got such, and I know it's the same way everywhere. We've got such a or rug epidemic. Sorry, TikTok shop.
Hmm.
Rug epidemic here. Um, it's it's mind blowing. In my whole life, I've never seen anything like it. And
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm not lying when I say it's getting worse by the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I firmly believe that it's because the government is throwing all this money at people and it's providing access to it here.
Yeah. Well, they're depressed. Probably they're not getting out. They're not getting a job. They're not. They're just staying around home or going to the stores to buy whatever, but they're not being productive.
No.
You know.
And the other side of that is, if the government was paying your rent and your heat and light and giving you X number of dollars a month to live on, there's no incentive.
Yeah.
And that's why there's such it's insane here. It's the worst I've ever seen it.
Now, has it always been like that, or did it start
No.
recently, or?
It started it started like, I'm gonna say, around COVID or just before COVID, you
Mhm.
know. I mean, I've been doing this work now for 10 years, and my first 4 or 5 never saw anything like this. Maybe a handful of my clients were, you know, uh, but now I have a caseload, or we have a caseload of over 400 for a team of 7 of us, and it's all we deal with morning, noon, and night. Well, yeah, for the most part.
Wow.
And that's why I go into our federal prison system, because so many of our women here are they they're choosing, and I say that, and that's the truth. So they're choosing to do a federal sentence as opposed to a provincial sentence, because they can get the treatment and the help that they need, that they can't get in provincial prisons. So I go in and I support them and help them with their parole hearings and stuff.
Wow. So you see so much, I'm sure.
I've seen quite a bit. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Hey, Wendy. Anyway, Lucky, thank you so much for having me. I am
Oh,
off to
you're
bed. It's
welcome.
20 to 12 here. I have to get up at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
And
no.
I've been staying on TikTok way too late every night. And it's starting to show.
Oh, well,
So,
thank you for
but
coming up. I appreciate you coming up. I enjoyed the talk.
me too, me too. And yeah, hopefully you guys can figure out the account, fake account
Yeah.
one. I'm staying out of
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not getting
I
caught
just,
up in that.
I just want to hear opinions. That's about all.
All right, I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow.
All righty. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Let me fix this. All right. I did the gingerbread. Oh, there's the gingerbread. How are you doing, Wendy? Hey, South Carolina. How are you doing? Anybody that wants to come up, you're welcome to. How is y'all's Monday going? My son, he had me fix him some lasagna earlier. Hey, Born. How are you doing? How is your Monday going? My son had me fix him some lasagna and he was eating it and he was like, I hate Mondays. And he's like, do you know where that's from, Mama? Oh, 13. Teenager. Aw. Did he have well, guarantee you he had an amazing time. That's awesome. 13. Wow. He's going to think he's an adult now. Yes. Oh, I know. It goes by way too fast with these kids. I just realized my oldest son is going to be 26 this year. And then my middle son's going to be 24. And then my youngest son. But I'm also always glad when it's over with, especially with a bunch of boys, you know, boys yelling and screaming and acting all crazy. They're so loud. And hey, everybody, welcome in. Sorry, my son come up and was asking me something about his video game. Okay, you're fine, Born. Hey, beauty queen, how are you? Winston, Sorry, my little doggy. Every time I've got my phone in my hand, he's got to smack my hand because he wants attention. Oh, you want to say hello? And I'll show you my friend. Oh, no, I'm saying, hang on, just say. Here we go. No, that's not it. Well, oh, okay, hang on. There. Hey, Sally, how are you? There we go. Well, I'll give it in a second, maybe. Ever since they did this new layout thing, it's so hard to. There we go. Come here. You want to say hello? Hello. You look up here at me. There we go. He's a handsome boy. He's a handsome boy. Yeah. Okay. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Yeah. Hey, forest friend. Hey, everybody. Yes, he's my little buddy. He's my little sidekick. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's a year and a half old. His name is Winston Churchill. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I am. He gets so mad at me when I have my phone in my hand and he smacks it out of my hand because he wants me to give him lovin's. Yeah, say I do. Okay, there you go. I know. He's so rotten. I know. Okay. And then my other one, he's not allowed in our room because he tries to go underneath our bed and make a mess. Right. Say hello. Oh, say hello. I know. Tell me about it. I know. You're yelling at me. I know. His name is Rocky. He's a mess. He's rotten. Hey, red baby. Oh, getting fixed. Oh, bless it. We were gonna get ours fixed, and but we haven't yet, and I want to, but my husband makes the sound like he's talking like the dog and says, "Please don't do that to me." That and oh, it break my heart. He gets so nervous at the vet because um, he just like he's good with people, but it takes him a minute to, like get used to somebody or trust them and stuff, and so he doesn't do so well with people that he doesn't know. And um, the first time he went to the vet didn't like talk to him and get to know him. He just kind of picked him up and he bit him. And that was the first time that he's ever done anything like that. And I was just in shock and was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And, but it was, now, if you act like you're gonna like play fight or hit or something like that, if my dogs like if me and my husband's sitting here and he like played like pops my leg or whatever, now he'll bite if you're doing that because he's so protective, but like he won't just bite anybody. And he bit the vet and then he peed on the vet. I was like, oh my goodness. Doing, if anyone has any tips, please tell me. I don't know. Um, I don't know much about it. I mean, I've got people, friends of mine that's had theirs fixed and stuff, but I don't know. Um, I know I'd get them a pup cup, that way if as a I'm sorry maybe. Have you been watching the Big Brother? I'm all caught up so far. Well, with the elimination, I haven't watched anything except for I've been sister's puppy that he had to wear a muzzle. Oh no, poor thing. They get so nervous because you got to imagine they're in there and smelling all those other dog smells and stuff like that, and it's like they got to be nervous. The next one will be so good. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I've been watching the live replays and listening in to them talking and stuff like that. And told my husband he's got to get caught up because he's only seen they're squeaking that toy right here. Are you mad at me? Rocky, the beagle dog, is sitting at the door squeaking the toy. But my husband's got to get caught up. He's only watched the first episode and told him he needed to go back and watch it and get all caught up. Hey, Kiki Campbell, how are you? Hope you're doing good. Hey, that Rose chick, how are you doing? My husband normally it's a show that we watch together, but he's been working um, extra here lately, so he's been missing it. And then by the time he gets home and everything, he's exhausted, and so he's been sleeping more, when he gets a chance to because he's been working so much, and so he's missed it. But I told him he could watch it now, but he's in there watching wrestling. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Kiki. Hey, Alex, how are you? Come on up here if you come. All right. Well, you don't have to smack my hand, okay? I'm giving you lovins. You're so jealous. Oh, okay. There. So there's nothing under there. He thinks he's got to look to dig to see if he can find the bone. What do you think about Lyric? Lyric, that's the one that's in the showmance, right? Like, I like Lyric, but I wish that her and Rome. See, I'm trying to remember. I've been watching, but I can't remember all of them's names. Like, I know their faces. Now, which one is Rome? Is Rome the one that won the Big Brother blockbuster, or is that the one that's in the showmance? Can't remember. I have to look it up. I have to let me pull their cast up on my laptop. That way I can know who I'm talking about. He's in the showman. So I do like them, but I always think that it's a bad idea to do a showmance because you get such a target on your back. But I am glad that they voted that Ashley girl out. Hey, Stacey S., how are you doing? Um, I am glad that they voted the Ashley girl out. I don't know, something about her I didn't care too much for. And I think it was more of her attitude. And then when they told her that, they had told her that she was safe, and then she goes and tells Mallory. No, not Mallory. Melody. Melody. I think it was the blonde-headed girl. She went and he's talking about marrying her. Oh, good grief! I get being in that house and you're around that person every single day. 24 hours a day, but a week. I mean, they started their showmance, what, on the second day? Hey, Cece, how are you doing? I don't know. It's so weird to me that I understand maybe the showmance. I mean, even though I personally wouldn't do it, but to already start talking about marriage and stuff like that, yeah, no. All right, I'm pulling it up so I can at least say their names right. Now, Angela, the one that's in the egg suit, I like her. I think she's funny. Hey, Moon, how are you doing? We're talking about Big Brother now. We were talking about puppy dogs. Well, been talking about several different things. Let's see. Yeah, Angela, she makes me laugh. I hate that guy played at her heartstrings. What was his name? I can't remember. Um, I thought it'd show me. Here we go. Maybe this. The girl that I think her name is Mallory, the one that's the science engineer. When she first started, I didn't care too much for her because to be on Big Brother, you can't be a crybaby, and she was crying and upset. And I think that if she toughens up a little bit, I think she'll be all right. But when she won the POV, I was like, oh, okay, so she can actually play the game. And, you know, I don't know how well she'll be on the Jason. Yeah. I felt that he should, I know they lie, on there and stuff, but that was one of, to compare somebody to, being a mother figure to you, you know, and not knowing. And he told Drew, was it Drew? I think he told Drew that, you know, he was playing Angela, and it's like you don't even know them, and it's been how many days, and you're already telling them your game and what you're going to be doing. Lyric is a lawyer. How did I? Okay, yeah, she seems kind of um. It's a nice word. Okay, she doesn't seem to be mm, she seems to be kind of dingy, like too dingy to be a lawyer. I don't know. Yeah, she just, I don't know. She just seems too, I don't know. Let's see, Barrett. Now, Barrett's the one that, he's the super fan. He's got the glasses and then the curlier hair with the beard. I'm wondering if he's going to be kind of like, what was that one guy that was real? He was on one of the past ones and he kind of flew under the radar up until the end, and they considered him kind of like a nerdy type person. Um, Brown, I can't remember his name, but that's who he kind of reminds me of. Um, Chuck, isn't he the one that's the He's like a cowboy and he was raised with all girls. I think he's gonna do good. And then oh, somebody's trying to come up. Yay. Oh, there's my moon.
See, this is what's
Hey
that. Oh,
moon.
is that a spider? Is that a living spider? Oh,
No, it's fake.
but
Oh,
this is what is it coming
oh,
in
she
here?
may not have meant to come
Cannot
up.
be this kind of area. I
No,
don't
let me
care.
drop her.
I will smell it. It's not right.
I'm gonna drop her because I don't think she knew she was up here, and I know she's with some family. Yeah, yeah. Chuck seems really sweet. He does. And then there's the Haley girl. She's the one I think that's got the shorter hair, like shoulder length hair. I think that she's gonna do really, really good. And then Camilla, is that her name? I think, isn't she the no Camilla? No, that's not her name. What is her name? Is it? I can't remember. Lala is the one that's almost 60, I think, and she's real. Yeah, yeah. I like her. I like Lala. She I think that she'll do good. I think she'll do good even in some of the more physical challenges too, in the strategic competitions and stuff like that. And she may even do good in some of the physical ones too. Rome, the pickleball coach, that's the one that's in the showmance. And then Taylor, which one is Taylor? I can't remember who Taylor is. And then Yaz, I think he'll do good. I'm trying to figure out who Taylor is. Which one is he? People are not liking Lala. I wonder if that's because she's so energetic and she is kind of loud, but and I can't. Tyler is a girl. What what does she look like? I can't remember. Taylor. Taylor, not Tyler. Taylor. Is Taylor the one that she's not the one that was on the chopping block, is she? Might be. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now I like Taylor too. But the only ones that I don't really care for is that Mallory. I really don't care much for Mallory. Um, because I don't know, when she first came in, I didn't care too much for her. And then, she didn't keep her secret whenever uh Ashley, even though I didn't like Ashley. To say uh I would say either Lyric, only because she's in the showmance, and you know, no. It would be Mallory and then Lyric. Hey Mimi, how are you doing? If anybody wants to come up, y'all are more than welcome to. But like I said, I am glad that that Ashley girl, she got out. Where's all your peeps? Oh, I got a visibility restriction. Lyric really, yeah, she does. Lyric does. And but I think that I thought that they were gonna do a live tonight to go over some stuff and things, but I don't know whose is gonna be. Morbid is live. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, they're probably watching him too. I can't watch Morbid. I can't. Even when he was on the anti-gypsy side, I just can't deal with the nastiness, you know? Like I know everybody has their moments and have done something that they wasn't proud of or whatever, but just to me he just continuously does that and I just don't need that kind of negativity in my life. Oh, he's on TikTok. Oh. Well, hang on and let me pull it up and see what he's saying. Not that we'll continue to watch it because I just don't know if I can handle it. We'll just say depending on what he talks about. Is it under his Sir Morbid X? Or, okay. Yeah, I hope he leaves her alone. I really, really do. Yeah, always talking. Always. Let's see here. Oh, I guess wait, the right thing at work. Oh, come on. Well, come on. It's going on. It is. Try not to go in because I don't want to. Let's see here. I got it pulled up. I'm looking to see kind of what they're talking about. Do y'all want to listen to it? So there's Erica, Rachel, Sheena, Tinker, Casey May, Ryder, and Belinda's on there. I don't know. Let's see. Let me take my ears.
Of like George W. Bush or whoever, whether or from 9/11, they're like, never negotiate with terrorists, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like the same sentiments here. I mean, really the same sort of approach, I think.
Can y'all hear
Well, I
it?
think I was saying that the other day. I was like, at some point, like you just have to like let people learn on their own. Like you can only do so much and only say so much, and so like to keep going at it, like when no one's listening, it's just a waste of your time. Just you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think calling them out on their hypocrisies and their wrongdoings and things like that, their nastiness.
He says that
that's
about
great,
calling them out about their wrongdoings, and his picture on here is awful. And I guess it's I don't know who the Michelle is,
of who you're
but
hanging out with.
that's the name that's on the top right corner. Hang on, I'll show you.
To try to
It's awful.
convince or to try to, you know, have some sort of truth. It just never works. It's always blows up and really comes from that side constantly because they're dysfunctional, you know, their side.
So that's what
their side is always constantly fighting, infighting, and like there's no reason over there. They have no reasoning, logical skills. Have a seat, Dreamer.
I'm late, but I'm here.
Good to see you, Dreamer. It's been a while. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I was crocheting. Lost track of time.
Yeah.
Hey, so you just put out a new
just Michelle,
video
but I think that's who he's
with
talking about.
Bones
He
in
was
it.
talking about her the other day.
Don't even miss me.
What?
You just put out a new video with Bones, the cat, in it. Bones.
Well, I duetted it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's
was it a
doing
he or a she? I forget which one because it switched at one point. What's the final sex of the cat?
Just a minute. Bones, listen. I'm busy.
Oh, the cat?
Yeah. Well, it got
Yeah.
named after you.
I know. Is it a boy or girl? Because last time
It's definitely a boy. I wasn't sure when I first got him because you couldn't quite tell.
So the
now you can
picture,
tell it is
the picture is of a man in a wig. I don't know who it is.
And he grew so big.
Hey, Sunnyfield.
How did he grow so big so fast?
I don't think he's all that big.
He looks long.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's getting longer.
He was a baby. He was a baby when I saw him.
He's
This
longer.
was
He's not
weeks ago,
taller,
though.
but he's longer. I don't think he's going to get too tall. I think he's going to get up to be a longer cat.
Then again, I haven't seen him for a few
okay,
weeks.
I know who that is.
Well,
that's awful.
Yeah.
What's his
Not
problem
tall,
with her?
but
I don't
lengthy.
understand.
Rachel. Kittens
What's
grow
his problem
fast.
with anybody? He just picks and chooses, I think, who he wants to have a problem with.
He was really getting upset with you, Bones.
Oh, yeah. What else is new?
Just a minute. Little Bones, I'm not your bed. You can't sleep on my neck. Do you understand that? My neck is not your bed.
I don't know. I don't know why. Hang on, pause it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's got an issue with her at all. I don't know. Yeah. I like her, so I've never... I mean, she's given her opinion about things, but, I mean, she's not ever been, nasty to anybody that I've ever seen. So I don't know what his problem with her is unless she told him some truth and he didn't like it, which is probably what it is. She probably said something and he didn't like it, because anybody that's got an opinion different than his, Sheena doesn't like her. Oh, wow. Oh, your tuxedo beefy does. Oh.
Defense mostly of Gypsy.
What's been going on this week or last week? What's new? Who's causing trouble on these gypsy streets?
Really nothing.
Darn it.
Just idiots.
No Audrey or case studies or
of course, got a
Madison. Someone says Tinker. Oh, we know that. I can't believe this person, Madison, was sending you stuff and people showed up at your house.
She's done all kinds of things. She's my Bones. She's a real life stalker of me. She has stalked me in real life. She has sent me stuff that I didn't want. And then I thought the guy who delivered it was innocent. And I tried to explain to him, hey, that's my stalker. I don't want it. I ended up calling the police. They were in my labor room explaining to me that the driver could take it back because he could get in trouble. Okay, I thought he was innocent. The cop stood by my side while I made a video telling Madison to leave me be, and then I posted it. The cop leaves. Okay? I called Instacart, and I'll give up Instacart heads up because it took them, they stayed on the phone with me for like an hour and a half, finally found the order, and they blocked Madison from sending me anything. She also went to a site that was like a GoFund, but other than GoFund, people could buy gift cards, and then they would send them directly to the person it was intended. Thing was, she had her email at both places where mine should have gone down. We found it, and me and Jeanette, between the two of us, we got it shut down. Those are just some of the few things that she has done. She has made like numerous fake accounts. One is Dreamer Crank Corner, which is still there. She's made several. She had her friends make several. I was constantly blocking every single day, several times a day. Only one came forward.
So, Morbid posted a picture, and it looked like a little kid's room with, I don't know if y'all know who the gremlins are, you know, the little gremlin. So, it was a bunch of decor with it, and it said, it had somebody that looked like they were on a computer that said case studies. And then I think this is a picture of case studies, and it says, don't at me.
I didn't think nothing of it. But then you started putting my face on your merchandise. Well, that meant war to me, and I went after you. I mean, I made a YouTube channel directed at you. I wasn't backing up. And then
Laura May.
For whatever reason, you took it off. The war was over. We became friends.
Friends.
But
I can't imagine being friends with him.
Yeah, and the reason she stalked me was, see, Madison and I used to be friends. We really were. She would call my house, but so she could send somebody over there to beat you up. And I said, Madison, what you're talking about is totally illegal. I don't want nothing to do with it. And she said, no, we won't get in trouble. We won't get in trouble. I just sent somebody over there to beat. I said, no. That was when
your puppy is.
I distanced myself from Madison. And one time in a live, we had somebody who actually knew Madison in real life who told us that she cannot stand rejection. And because I rejected her, she actually waited a freaking year before she started calling my house 5 times in a row.
Putting pictures of case studies up on his
look, Madison, I'm online.
Panel.
If you got an issue with me, tell me here, because I'm not answering that phone.
Hey, Callie.
She would tell me. And then she started doing all the other stuff. She still does it.
We're listening to Morbid's Live.
My son fought in the war zones, and during that war, one of the other
Miss Teal. Thank y'all for the likes.
Guys
I appreciate it.
In his platoon accidentally hit a child. My son was begging them to take the child. He was begging his commanders to take the child to the other place where he would get medical care, possibly save his life. His sergeant refused to allow him. The child passed away and has sent my son through a mental thing. It bothered him. Everything else. She put that video up on her page. It's still up there. Wimberly tried to go after, find his address. I haven't been able to find her present address, so I don't know if she did anything because I do not associate with my daughter anymore.
All right, I'm going to turn that off for just a second because I don't want her talking bad about Wimberly because I like Wimberly. I hope y'all understand. I don't think that, you know. I'll check again here in just a second. I don't want her talking bad about her because I really do like her. But I hope y'all understand. Okay, good. I didn't figure it'd be a problem because I know a lot of people do like her. I just, you know, I know that's her daughter and stuff like that. But just don't want no bad stuff.
Madison thought cute to put that video up there.
We'll wait just another second. Yeah, Wims did she was grocery shopping and showing what she was getting for groceries and stuff like that. And then we were on a panel and she was there, and somebody was like, y'all gotta watch her pantry video. And so I went and watched the pantry video, and I was like, man, it's a huge pantry. Like, it's like a laundry room, like a huge laundry room. But I don't think, she didn't have like a washer and dryer in there, but that's like about the size. It was like a big laundry room, and she had these big old shelves and some cabinets, and oh my gosh, they got a picture of cooks up there.
Dress, and because she pulled that stunt, I put her address up.
Oh.
And I left it up there for about 3 weeks before I took it down. I was surprised I didn't get.
So he's going back and forth putting pictures of, a bunch of it was case studies. Now, oh no, that's Casey May. Casey May's got the picture of case study, and then Morbid's got a picture of cooks.
Able to find her address, unfortunately, because if I did, I'd dox her again. She's the only one I would ever dox. Oh yeah, Shanna, she doxed me at least, 3 to 4 times? And I reported them all, and they did take down one time.
Yeah, Wims is
One
awesome.
time
I really like her.
They gave her a strike for it and took it down, which she denied. When I called her on it, she denied that she got doxed, but she did get doxed.
Yeah, Case is on the beach with his significant.
Did Case have
other.
Morbid on his
So
shirt?
the picture that they've got of Case, they've got a picture of Case, and he's got a t-shirt that says Morbid's biggest fan, with a picture of Morbid, it looks like, with long hair, which is weird, but anyway. And there's a female frog kissing him.
You got a lady frog.
Fan. Okay, I guess he did. But he's a jerk. And he's a pervert himself.
Oh goodness. TikTok shop.
You know, bottom line.
Him or the frog?
Both. But he is. He's. There's something wrong with him.
Very.
There's something totally wrong with him. He needs to be in a psych ward. I honestly, I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to be mean, but he needs to be in a psych ward.
Oh no, have a seat, got a
Yeah, it's probably one of these
restriction.
people. It didn't give me a strike.
Oh, it gave you a, what is it? I don't know.
Dang, I got
don't know why.
regulated goods. What does that mean? Regulated goods?
Consuming substances featured in this live.
Oh, they're gonna end up getting shut down because the picture the picture now is a picture of case studies with the girl frog kissing him, but he's smoking a cigar.
Regulated too or something, or restricted
I got
something.
for consuming.
Because
What was it for?
he had a CIGAR.
Yeah. That's
loud.
No, that was a
This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box.
Oh,
This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your box. This is kind of the first time I seen you go live that you had people come up in your bo
No, you've been up on my panel a couple times.
I wish
Well,
they
yeah,
would
but
take
you
that
know what I
picture of
mean.
Cooks down.
Yeah,
That's just awful.
yeah.
I've been on your panel quite a few times, even when we were fighting.
That's true. We were live on Friday. I think you missed out. We were on here Friday evening.
Yeah, I fell
that was
asleep.
awesome.
I wasn't feeling well, and I fell asleep, and I missed 10. I had to watch it on the replay.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't.
And today
I don't remember
I
you
got
being
into a crocheting blanket, and in this blanket, it's good when it's done.
You know, it's crazy
It
that he
is
thinks that he can say whatever, but then, you know, if somebody else voices their opinion, then he's got to go put AI pictures of them and talk all this crap. It's so crazy and just disrespectful.
Let me see here. Yeah, look at this.
I hope
Did you
not.
see this?
Yes, I'm buying that next payday. Let me tell you something. Bones does have good.
So he's got merch that's got a picture of a cat on it. It's supposed to be, I guess, Dreamer's cat. I mean, it's a cute cat, but it's like a cartoony kind of picture or whatever of a cat, and it says Bones, and he's showing the tumbler
Dress in San Diego.
and it's merch.
Bones
You
caught
can
it
buy
immediately.
that,
Asked
a
me,
coffee cup, and a
"Do you live in
hoodie
San
and a
Diego?" I said,
t-shirt.
"No," and I gave him my correct address. He
Yeah.
tried to get it corrected, but it was too late. They
I
had
hope that
already
he
shipped
doesn't
it,
mess with
already
Audrey no
delivered.
more. She's
I
already
don't know
got
how
enough
he
going
did it,
on.
but he got the company on a one-time thing to actually refund my money. So this payday on the first, I am gonna go rebuy it. Oh, this time I'm using my card. I'm not trusting them at all.
Oh yeah, don't mess up this time.
I'm not gonna mess up because I'm not gonna use. I don't know why Google did that because I've used Google Pay all the time, and they've never messed up. Why they chose to mess up on this one, I don't know. But the next time I buy it, guess what? I'm using my debit card.
It's probably because it was in your history from way back when, you know, like you had your Google account set up. You know, so like it had your San Diego address probably, and used
That
it
is a cool
somehow.
cup.
Yeah, this.
I don't know where everybody's at. I don't. Is somebody else live and we need to go over there? If I need to shut it down, I can. I just went live because I didn't see anybody was up. Let's see. Let me look real quick and see who's on.
Elise, did you get your refund?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
It took about 5 days.
Let's see who's on.
Elise, did you get your refund?
Yes, I did. It took about 5 days.
Elise, did you get your refund?
Let me see if somebody else is on. That might be what it is. Yeah, it is. You love me being live? Oh. Steph and Nellie had come through and said that they were gonna be back. Nellie was cooking dinner, I believe.
I've been offline for weeks, so it's Spotify.
Well, I don't see any of them live.
You don't have to worry about it. He does. He's got good customer service.
Yeah.
Put the link in
Stay
the
here.
chat.
I will.
Here.
No, it's just sirmorbidex.com. Just sirmorbidex.com.
If anybody wants to come up, y'all can.
I'm still working on some stuff, so.
Casey, you suck.
Like some good stuff. Like I'm working on the Michelle product line.
No.
And I already got a holographic sticker up.
So, I don't know if y'all just heard that or not because I was saying no, but he's fixing to make some merch. Oh, who's this? No. Sorry, somebody just tried to do a co-host thing with me. I don't want to do that. I don't know who they were. So he's fixing to do merch on Michelle. And now he's got a picture of Audrey up. Oh, good grief.
Yeah, she got caught digging for.
Yeah, you know what? She got
foil.
He's got a picture.
from TikTok.
What's wrong with her hand?
They
Why does it
banned
look
her.
like that?
And
He's got a picture of Audrey,
Yeah, she got her
and
account back.
she, it looks like she's scratching her nose, like where her nose ring is, and he's trying to say she's picking her nose, and she wasn't.
Isn't she blocked because I was constantly calling her out?
No, it's
She
not.
blocked all of us.
Everything, and she wouldn't block me, and she finally did.
She blocked all of us because she thinks there's a conspiracy or we're all like, getting together and. But she
Oh yeah,
blocked
she
all
thinks
of us.
gypsies. She thinks that Gypsy, Rod, she did a video. Gypsy, Rod, and all of us are trying to get her banned. We had nothing to do. I called her out on that. It's on my page. And in that video, I says, we didn't call you out. Gypsy didn't call you out. She called
I don't
herself
know.
out.
I don't even watch her page.
I don't know how they
she can see if I'm
are
viewing
okay
her
with any of
profile
this.
or watching her videos, right? On TikTok. I don't even never went to her page really.
Yep,
She doesn't realize that
You
many
know, if I've got a
followers.
problem with somebody, like, I'm not gonna just sit here and dog them. Like, with our friend group and stuff that we had and everything, when all that went on, I didn't go and sit there and just talk crap about these people, or even the recent person that's not, I've not sit there and talk crap about them, because I'm not going to, because at one time they were friends. And to sit here and talk about people because you don't like the content that they're doing, you don't like what they're having to say, and it's like, just block them and move on. Like, I don't understand why people have got to be dragged through the mud. Like, it's not okay. Like, there's no sense in sitting here just continuously, he went in her lives. See, and he went in Cooks' live day before, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And, he was sitting there just in the chat, just talking crap, and it's like, she tried to get him to come up there and he wouldn't, and then, Cooks went over there, but people just antagonize. It's so insane. I don't know. I don't understand it. The little tips and stuff every once in a while are interesting to watch sometimes, but every single day and every time that you go on live to sit here and have drama, like, is crazy to me. Like, I don't understand it. TikTok's supposed to be fun and, laugh and cut up and get away from life. Not all this drama all the time. It's so disappointing. It really is. It really is.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Belinda?
I've never done anything to the woman. I don't know. I've never done anything to the woman. You know, Belinda be setting people straight.
That's weird. Why would she do that? That's crazy.
Belinda's
I think all
No,
you do
he
is you said,
shouldn't.
like, oh,
He
shut up.
shouldn't. Honestly, I don't want to watch Morbid anymore. His whole he just irks me really, really bad. And all that comes out of his mouth is nastiness, and then him wanting to do merch on poor Michelle. Like, that's just so disgusting. So why? Like, why do you want to sit here and just do this crap? It makes absolutely no sense. Because you're mad at somebody, you're gonna go and make merch about them, and it's just ridiculous. See, and I think, I don't know, putting somebody's picture up is not okay. Doxing is not okay. It's just not alright. Not at all. So I think I'm gonna play. Let's see if I can find it. Oh. Let's see if it's on here. Okay, so it's not on there. People are. Yeah. So, like, when you do your live, if you don't turn it to 18 and older, and then the AI summary, I think it's like AI summary or something like that. Like, if you don't turn those on, then your live can get taken down for cussing. Because I think that's why some people tell them, hey, you know, don't cuss on here and stuff like that. Alright, so. Dang it. Hang on, I'm going to teacup for just a second because I need to see what this, oh well. Hang on just a second, I'll be right back. Alright, see if that brings it up. Oh, there it is. So I was thinking about playing. We were all talking yesterday about that Truth Finder account, and on Mandy Lynn's live that she had yesterday, that finding the truth or Truth Finder's account was on her panel. But didn't say anything. I do. Can you hear the fan? If y'all can hear that fan, it's crazy because it's like on the other side of my bedroom. Can you hear it? Let me go turn it down. I'm sorry. Oh, I needed to get up anyway. Keep it on. Okay, you can hear it. I didn't know if it was just too loud and y'all could hear it. I've got that fan, and then I've got our ceiling fan on. Because for some reason, like, our, it's a nice background noise. Yeah. That's why I have it, is for the background. That, and I can't sleep without a fan on, so I've got to have it for the noise. And then our TV, we go onto the YT page, and they've got a thing where it plays at 24 hours. Well, I think it's 24 hours. I'm pretty sure there's one of them. We do two different ones, but it's like the screen will have a picture of like a fireplace and then a window, and it's raining outside, and it'll be like a small thunderstorm. And then the other one that we do is it's like out in the country, and it's raining on a metal roof. And so we'll have that because it'll be enough light to where I can see, like, if I'm going to the bathroom or whatever, but it's still pretty dark. Like, the only light is from, like, when the lightning lights on the TV, or if we're doing the one with the fireplace, it'll have that little glow of the fireplace, but it's not, like, too crazy. But let me share this out and ask a few people if they want to come in and listen to this live replay real quick. Hang on just a minute. smooth that out. My dog's laying here with his head hanging off the bed. Laying with the fan hitting him. Oh, I didn't know Coffee Queen went back on the replays. Huh. I've always got the ceiling fans. We run them all the time. The only time that they're not running is whenever I clean them. I bought this, it's almost like a Swiffer, but it's like for fan blades. And you take it and it goes over the fan blade, like all the way around the fan blade. And then you just like, you Swiffer it, but it's like not an actual Swiffer, like the material. It's like a duster almost. And it's just for fan blades. And you take it and it goes in, that way it doesn't fall like on your floor or on your bed or whatever whenever you're doing it. Because I was cleaning it and every time I'd clean it, the dust would just get everywhere, like on the floor or on the bed or whatever. And I'm like, so I had found on the TEMU, oh wait, the TEMU, shoot, I can't spell, my brain ain't braining. Anyway, on that website, they had it and it was like $6. And got it when we got here, and so I use that to clean it. But that's the only time we keep our ceiling fans off. Like even through the winter time, we've got it going, but the other direction for when we're running heat. But we don't run it that much because we keep it kind of cool in the house all the times because I can't sleep if it's too hot at all. Because if I get hot, I just can't sleep. But then our stand-up fan, we bought it at Target, and it's a stand-up fan, but it's got this thing to where you can choose your, like, what degree, how many degrees you want it. Like it goes 60, 65, 70, and if you turn it on the 60 degrees, it will, like, the fans, I guess, go a certain, like, it goes a little bit higher than the high speed. And when you stand in front of it, even if we have our ceiling fan off, like it's still kind of like, it's not ice cold, but it's like cooler air. Like we had bought us one and then we bought our son one because we had a box fan, and it just, the box fans, they after so long, they start wearing out. And we bought this one. It's a Lasco brand, and it's amazing. Like it keeps our bedroom, for some reason it's a little warmer in here, and the rest of the house is cold, whatever we've got it set on and then the fan's on, but our bedroom, it stays a little warmer in here for some reason. And I think it's because we've got 4 windows in here instead of just the 2 like the other bedroom and then our living room. And then we've got a window in our bathroom, like that's above the toilet. And so it stays a little bit warmer because when the sun hits, it comes through those on the windows. It's got 2 in our bedroom and then the 1 in our bathroom. And I think that with that sun hitting it, it just stays a lot warmer in here. But hang on just a second. My son's wanting to tell me something. Sorry about that. I'm gonna get off here for just a few, and I will come back because he's wanting me to help him. Okay, give me just a minute. I'm telling him bye. I'm not going to just hang up. But I'm gonna get off here for just a few and help him with this because y'all don't want to hear us. He's wanting me to help him with this TV and the program in it, and because he can't get it, he unplugged it, and for some reason it's not working, and he wants me to help him fix it and everything. But I'll probably go back live. If not, we may go into another one. But if nobody's on or anything, then I'll go back live if y'all want me to. I feel like I'm kind of boring. Just me talking by myself. It's a weenie. Do you think I'm boring? But I'm gonna get off here, and if I go live, I'll share it out to everybody. But thank y'all for coming up, or for coming in. I appreciate it.